Right now we're going to fixing to cross the Adams Camp Bridge. Well, that's what it was called when Robert was growing up. Now my uncle used to live over here on the right. Not sure we can get a picture. When he lived here in South Carolina, he lived there in the first house. That's where I learned to ski. Believe it or not, I would get up on, I couldn't swim a lick, but I'd get up on them skis and I'd just scoot along right in behind the boat. That was a dumb teenager knowing what they do. Yeah, I was right along with the rest of them. Now we're turning here to the left. We are 2 miles from Dreher Island State Park. Again, that was Billy Dreher years ago. That was before the state got it and said they were going to develop it. What they wound up and did after several years is turned it into a campground. But before the state got it, I can remember us going down to the island, had to take a boat over, and we tent camped, us and another married couple. We were married at that time. We had a good time, but considering it rained that night and we were camped and pitched the tent on a hill because there was nothing level at that point, it was not really a super night, but we enjoyed ourselves as kids, young married kids. Well, we're here at the park, the visitor center. We got to go in here and let them know we're here. This is a big fishing area, so they have plenty of spaces, but a lot of times most of them are taken up by trucks and the boat trailers. Because it's
big fishing lake.
This is a big fishing lake. It's Lake Murray. Lake Murray has a lot of little islands on it, here and yonder, everywhere. This is what we grew up with. Well, we're pulling into our campsite. It's campsite 62. We picked this out the last time we were up here. We've been here a couple of times. Well, let me get out and see what I can do to help get us parked. We got an excellent site this time, because you always have to look at you. We have a thing here to balance, to see if we're balanced. We're down on it right there, side to side. Now the one here, we're going to have to lift the back end up just a little bit. In other words, we'll put the, let's see, I got it in the camera. Yeah, there we go. We'll have to lower the front a good bit, but that's okay. We got that one. Now let's just get us unhitched and set up. And before we open it up, I'm going to take you inside, show you what the camper looks like all packed up. We'll be right back with you in a little bit. So I'm usually the jack operator, so I'll get in here and start lowering this jack. And takes a little bit. In the meantime, he does what he can. Because we got all these bars and things we've got to unhitch. So don't worry. We never knew how to do all this either. But you learn when you get one. It's a learning process. Alright, we're lifting her up. Now you do this on your batteries. At this point, we don't have shore power, so once we hook up the shore power, we can do it on that. But right now, we're still using our batteries, which we have solar, which that helps. Ready? It won't come up off the ball yet. Right now he's undoing the chains, fixing to release the, I don't know, what kind of bars are those?
Just weight distribution.
Weight distribution bars. He done took the sway bar off. And we got to unplug the electricity from the camper to the truck. But right now he's got to get them bars off. That's a little more muscle than what I could do. I'll say that.
Sometimes more than what I
He just said it sometimes it's more than what he can do. But I can, you know, it's a job. Now, he put that pipe up there. It's just strapped in with bands. And he puts the distribution bars up in there to keep them up off the ground. No cap on them or anything. Because he was tired of them laying down on the ground or in the back of the truck, getting things messy. So he says, I can fix that. Alright. Now he's undoing the power. Now we'll get the truck moved. Yeah, he's good to move the truck forward, and then I'll lower the jack a little bit, try to get it level more. Now we got it level. You can see it's way down. Let's see, I can't see what I'm filming. I do apologize, the glare's on the screen. But you see it's the jack's way down, and that's alright. That's what works. Now, what the very first thing Robert always does, he puts the, I don't know what they're called, but back in behind the wheel to keep them from rolling. Would be more likely it would roll backwards than it would forwards. Right now he's got some blocks that he's put together with a rope. We've seen that from another camper. You learn from other campers. Put rope on them where you can carry them real easy. Put those under there and put your jack on them instead of putting the jack into the asphalt. They don't recommend you do that. We've seen people do it, but it also lets the jacks go down. Now he'll put those up, put those jacks down with a drill that he has a special bit. I say bit, it's really not a bit, it's an adapter that goes on the drill that I think my dad gave it to him, fixed it up and gave it to him when he got out of camping. And missed the block. There you go. Makes it look simple. So let's go on inside. It is 3 steps. Have a screen door. And I'll have to say, he ordered, let's see, there it is, a handle for this screen door. That's one of the best things he could have done, because that allows us then, when we go in, to grab that handle and just push it. Now we've got solar that recharges our battery for our camper. The slide is not out, as you can see. We just stopped at the pig, so I have a grocery bag. It is kind of cramped with it closed up. We could get to the bed if we had to. If we were on the road and couldn't put the slide out, we could get to the bed, but we would prefer not to have to do that. Have a lot of counter space. Double sink. Got my solar lights stored in there. Two big double sinks. Well, 2 sinks. We have microwave and a oven and 3 burners. We have a refrigerator freezer. Once we get power, shore power, I will cut it on. Now, our camper had a table and a dinette section. we needed something we could be comfortable in. So we took one of the rockers, chairs, recliners that we had in the house, then went and bought another one and put in here, removed the dinette, and then Robert made this little table the other week so that we would have something to set our drinks on, or our plates or whatever. So that's turned out very nice. Now this is, like I say, the camper closed up. That's one thing you always want to check when you're buying a camper, is make sure you can get into your camper to the refrigerator area and to your bathroom area. This right here, as you first come in the door, is our bathroom. It has a toilet, and I haven't been in here since we've been on the road, so it's been kind of jostled around. We have a quarter round shower stall, which I can get in and out of, and I am of the larger size. You can see me in the camera there. So in the sink, we have a cabinet there. Robert enlarged the door size so we could put our towels and things in, because we were kind of running out of space. We put up a toilet holder. You need that. So it's just, again, like I say, with solar, we've got lights. Our fan up there will work. Just a lot of advantages for having solar. You don't have to. But once we get everything hooked up and everything, we'll come back in and I'll show you the camper opened up. Now, one thing we want to mention is that before you hook up your water, you need to always Lysol your hydrant. A lot of people don't do that, but who knows what they've been doing around that hydrant. So Robert has already Lysoled the hydrant, and he's got a water pressure regulator that he has put onto our hose and fixing to cut the water on. So, but like I say, and you know, you don't know what's been around the dog drinking out of it or whatever. So we always Lysol it. He's already done it. So he's got the water on. He's got the power hooked up. I've went in, cut the refrigerator on. So we got things to rocking and a rolling. Now we're fixing to bring that slide out. One thing you always want to look forward to is make sure the slide's not going to hit a tree or the power pole. So we got a water leak. Let's see what we got right here. Yep, oh, the slide's coming out. He's got it coming out. So I'm going to have to get him to check that dripping water right there and see if we can't get that stopped somehow. But yeah, he's got the slide going. Takes a little bit, but with the room that it adds to the camper, it's well worth it. If they had not put a slide in, they'd had to totally redesign the camper. It is an iGo Pro by Evergreen. The iGo Pros, well, let's put Evergreen, I think, is out of business, which we're fine with that. We got it from a dealer, and this was the dealer that we got it from. Let's see, I think you can read that. Lester RV in Newberry, South Carolina. That's his phone number. So if you're interested in a camper and you're in the Newberry County area, check with Lester. He'll work real good with you. We've enjoyed it. Now this is with the slide out. We got plenty of room, plenty of floor space, even got an extra rug in here. I mean, you could, if you needed to, since we've taken the dinette out, which would made into beds. Well, somebody could sleep in a recliner if they wanted to, because that's two recliners. But you could put a bunch of kids on this floor in sleeping bags, or adults for that matter. But yeah, we have plenty of room. You'll have to excuse the bed because it's got pillows, and we're used to sleeping in a zero gravity bed, so we've kind of tried to adapt that to our bed in here, so that by buying foot raise and head raise, we have boxes that we put across the shelf on the back at the head that we store our personal items in. We have a box fan that we take with us. Now I will say this, we also, since we don't have a table, we have these little dinette, little, I don't know what you call them, TV tray like things that we pull out and open up. It's worked real good for us. Now, over here on, well, he's done it on both sides. I don't think you can see it. The lighting is not that great. Let me see if I can cut on the lighting. Get my vacuum cleaner out of the way. There we go, overhead lighting. Robert has built, let me get the camera down, a little box so that I can step up on to get up on the bed, because the bed's kind of high for me, especially after I put about 3 inches of foam on it. Made it high. And then he built one for himself at his foot of his bed. He puts his shoes under his. Mine, I don't know what's under mine, but that works all right. We do have a stereo system, which we don't really use. We had a TV in here, but took it out because we didn't want a TV. Matter of fact, we have it in the house using it now because the TV was not of interest to us while we were camping. So anyway, like I say, it's kind of cleaned up really compared, but it is wide, very roomy, and a lot of counter space. I'm not dare complaining. He's got the awning out, which it is wet for some reason, but that's okay. And we sat here and we look at the water. We're not boaters, we're campers. And we like this campsite because technically directly in front of us there is no one. We can just sit here and look at the water. So I will get off of here right now. May come back later, not sure. But just to let you know too, we also have a nice picnic table. Dreher Island State Park has updated their picnic tables. They're all but brand new about a year ago, which the others were kind of cruddy. So we have a nice picnic table and everything's looking great. Y'all have a great afternoon. We'll post this video and talk to you guys later.